Hello, welcome back to the Tri-County Tool Show. Of course, we're back again talking about our TPMS 5, if you could not tell. Biggest thing about this bad boy is it is a standalone unit. So, of course, first of all, leave a like. If you like these videos better than my dumb face, definitely, let me know in the comments below, because we can do forward facing, back facing, upward facing, downward facing videos, whatever you want to see. But biggest thing is we wanted to focus on the tool, and this was the best way of doing it. So first of all, these TPMS tools, we seem to upgrade them every few years as the technology changes. This is the latest and greatest on the market, USB-C charging, Wi-Fi capable, Android-based software, TPMS 5. So comparable to our TPMS 4, basically the biggest difference with this bad boy is it's actually OBD2 capable, so you can actually plug this in and relearn the system completely separate from a scan tool. This is basically a miniature TPMS scan tool, which we'll get into a little bit further as well. But the biggest thing is with this, you don't have to worry about having a scan tool at the ready to program your sensor IDs in. This will do it all for you, which we'll get into. So first of all, on your home screen here, for one, you can close this out if you do have any other Android applications, if you need to go into your settings to update the software or anything. Going in here, now where this is not registered, it is going to have a 30-second nag screen. Basically what that is if you do take one off the truck, you're going to have to deal with this for the rest of your life until you get it registered through Snap-on. Now, once you do get it, you can register it, put it in, basically get your promotion, which right now is 1 year of updates for free. So from the day that you register it on, you actually don't have to worry about paying for an update. After that, of course, we can get into it. It's anywhere from $300 to $500 Canadian. So going in here, you have your TPMS special functions update. So where it is Wi-Fi based, you can actually have it update on its own. After that, then you do have to get your local Snap-on guide to update it for you. Settings, history, and training. Now, the training we're not going to get into because that's hopefully what I'm doing today. But the biggest thing is if you forget how to do something, you click that button and you're good to go. Starting off with your TPMS, this allows you to pick whatever make or model. Now, you will see there are some motorcycles in here, mainly for, obviously, the newer vehicles that do have the TPMS sensors in your motorcycles there. So what we're going to do today, after we go through and just show everyone what it can do, is we're going to go into a demonstration just so that obviously if you're in the heat of battle and you need any help, this is what you're going to be looking at. So let's go into Chevrolet. Let's say we're working on a cruise, whether you like it or not. Unfortunately, sometimes you see them more than you'd like. Do something that you might see in the shop. So this is what your home screen is going to look like once you start working on the vehicle. The nice thing is it does give you all 4 sensors at once. Now, there's 2 ways to test. Obviously, when diagnosing, you want to test them before going into anything else. You can either click this little button here or your little, what looks like a Wi-Fi button up here. You click that. Once you do, it's going to automatically load your ID as long as the actual tool can read the sensor. The only reason that you wouldn't be able to is if the sensor's dead or not communicating properly, which at that point, if your TPMS light's on, I think you found your problem. But it's going to give you your PSI, your temperature, what frequency you're working on, how your battery's doing, all that stuff in there. Nice thing is with this as well, if you want to enter any notes, if you want to say, hey, this is an OEM sensor, say you just put them in, you can actually note that and it will save inside, which we'll get to. So you're triggering your sensors. If you're rotating your sensors as well, or rotating your tires, of course, it's going to tell you rotate tires before performing your relearn. And the nice thing is with this tool as well, obviously, like I said, it is standalone. You can use this through your OBD2 port, but if you do want to do it manually as well, you can. So it'll actually tell you how, either through your your dash, through your radio, depending on how new your vehicle is, how you're actually able to rotate trigger sensors, how to relearn sensors, anything. If you don't have the cord available, or if, let's say, you're just you're looking to have a long time and not a good time, some would say, you can actually do it both ways. Obviously, quicker is going to be through your OBD2 port every time. Going on to relearn, same thing. You can either do it through your OBD2 or your manual, same idea, and it will tell you all your information there that you need. Going on to replacing, I try to stay unbiased with these, although the Snap-on hat and t-shirt are on today. But I'll tell you, one really handy thing with this tool is you're actually able to pick whichever sensors you want. It does not have to be the OEM. It does not have to be an affiliate of Snap-on. We have all your different sensors in here, with an asterisk of a few. I haven't found any major deal breakers that we don't carry in here yet, but definitely a nice broad spectrum depending on the vehicle. You might see one in here that you've never heard of. Obviously, depending on which vehicle, it depends on what's applicable. And the reason why I mention that is obviously you have your OEM, and I'll move in here so you can actually see the part number. It gives you a picture as well, which is fantastic, because I've had a lot of guys during the pandemic mentioning sometimes you can't find a certain sensor that you're used to using, or maybe you're calling into your different parts distributors and you're looking to get a few different parts and maybe not sure what's in stock or not. So let's say, for an example, we're working with Alligator Sensors. It actually gives all your applicable sensors that are available for that make and model. So fantastic if you need to call in and maybe your 881s aren't in stock, but the 883s are. Well, you know that they're still going to work on that vehicle as well. So nice to have. And then, of course, next to that, if you're looking to service that that sensor instead of replacing it, you can actually get your part number for that service kit as well, and all your torque specs and everything. So really fantastic tool. Last but not least, if you're looking to email this to a customer or to yourself so you can print it off for the customer and tell them exactly what you did with the vehicle, this tool is fantastic, guys. We've had a really good year with these. A lot of guys are saying it's getting them out of some jams. So of course, what I did there was I just hit the back button. If you do hit your home button, it will bring you back here as well. Next over is your special functions. Now, one thing that a lot of guys ask is why our scan tools can't read the TPMS sensor. So it's because you have to have special functionality that actually recepts your certain frequency. Nice thing is that frequency is very close to what key fob frequency is, so we can actually test the strength of a say your TPMS sensors, and then of course your key fobs as well, which is awesome. If you hit your no button, we can go back. Your placard adjustments, so let's say you're working on a lifted F-150 and the tire pressures are lower because it's a bigger set of tires. You can actually adjust that placard so that your light isn't coming on within OEM specifications. So let's say we do that right now. We go in F-Series Super Duty 2019. So what you're going to do is you're going to connect your OBD2 in, and you're going to be able to adjust that pressure up and down, what you need to do. Now, if we go back, of course, if you want to verify any IDs or DTC codes, like I said about this tool, it is a standalone TPMS scanner, basically. So what you're going to be able to do with this is if you need to verify any of your TPMS IDs or any codes to do with that sensor ID or with that TPMS sensor, you can do that as well. If you go in here, you pick whatever you need, plug it in, you're good to go. If we go back to home, update, again, if you're connected to Wi-Fi and you do want to check for any updates, of course, each different sensor could come out with different information any time of day. It's good to check once a week, I say to customers, just to make sure you're up to date on the latest and greatest. Settings in here, if you need to change anything. The nice thing is you can create a profile, your company name, address, phone, so when you do email to customers, you actually have that letterhead at the top. Of course, looks more professional and makes sure they know who to call if they have any issues later down the road. date and time, language, region. Of course, we're in North America, but you can switch that to wherever you're at. On top of that, your history. So in here would be any of your old vehicles that you worked on. If you need to remember, hey, Jimmy's vehicle down the road, did we have all 4 sensors relearned? You can actually check that. And of course, your training, like I said, your troubleshooter's nice as well. So if you do have any issues that you're not able to diagnose, whether it's because there's no code or just maybe new to the vehicle, you're not quite sure, you can actually go in there. So with that being said, that is our TPMS 5 in a nutshell. Again, we can go in, do actual demonstrations with these tools. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more, comment down below what you'd like to see me do a video on, or what's next. Of course, I'm always looking for information and help. You guys have a great afternoon, evening, weekend, weekday, whenever you're watching this. Bye-bye.